to be honest.
I'd like to welcome everyone to the public hearing for a local law amending section 435-15 of Article 6 of Chapter 435 of the Town of Webb Code Vehicles and Traffic. Will you please read the notice of the public hearing?
Amendment of the Town of Webb Code, Chapter 435, Article 6, Section 435-15, to provide for limited parking on Lakeview Spur. The Webb Town Board shall meet and hold a public hearing at the Visitor Information Center, State Route 28, Town of Webb, New York, Old Forge, New York, beginning at 7 p.m. on Tuesday, September 9th, 2025, to hear all interested parties and take any necessary action provided by law concerning proposed local law number blank of 2025, amendment to section 435-15, Article 6, Chapter 435 of the Town of Webb Code, and be it further resolved that the Town Board further authorizes and directs the Webb Town Clerk to publish and post a notice of public hearing concerning proposed local law number blank of 2025, amendments to section 435-15 of Article 6 of Chapter 435 of the Town of Webb Code, in the manner provided by law, and to make a copy of the proposed law available for inspection in the town clerk's office following the adoption of this resolution and until the public hearing is closed. Duly adopted August 12th, 2025.
Thank you. The purpose of this hearing is to hear the community's views on Lakeview Spur parking. This is a reminder that this is not a question and answer session. All comments shall be directed to the town board and be relevant to the topic and will become part of record. When called upon, please state your name for the record, and please keep comments to 2 minutes. Do I have anyone who would like to speak? Yes.
I understand the basis for this hearing has to do with apparently traffic and safety issues. I would assume that those would be provided at some point tonight, presumably, what they are, the documentation of them. And secondly, it's already been announced that there is going to be a boat and kayak launch there in that particular spot. So the concern is, if we've already identified that there's these traffic and safety issues out there, it raises a question of how they are going to be handled going forward with the canoe and kayak launch, and how we can learn from whatever is currently going on there to make sure that there are no future traffic and safety issues, again, since that's been announced that that's the next plan.
Thank you. Anyone else? Having heard all comments from those wishing to speak on this topic, would someone like to make a motion to close the public hearing?
I'll make a motion to close the hearing.
Mike, second.
I'll second.
Ben, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. I'd like to welcome everybody to the regular town board meeting. Thank you for attending. Please sign at the attendance sheet and turn off any of your cell phones. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Our next regular meeting will be on October 14th at 7 p.m. October audit of claims meeting will be on October 6th at 5:30 p.m. Upcoming budget meetings will be October 8th and 9th, the 15th and the 16th, the 21st and 22nd, and October 23rd if needed. Meetings will begin at 8 a.m. Executive session may occur this evening if deemed necessary. Correspondence, the board received a letter of resignation from Dana Pashley, data collector, effective September 12th, 2025. Before we move on, I want to take a moment to recognize and thank a wonderful coworker, Dana Pashley. Dana has given so much of his time and talent here, and while we are sad to see him go, we're also excited about his future. Dana will be moving on to the school district to do iTech work, which is right in his field. Dana has always been someone who we could count on and his dedication and good spirit will be missed throughout our town. On behalf of the town, I want to thank him for all he's done and wish him the very best as he takes his next career step.
Second that. Yeah, thank you, Dana. Definitely.
The board received a thank you from the Northern Canoe Trail for the town's continuous support and continuously supporting the 90-miler. A local law amending section 435-15 of Article 6 of Chapter 435 of the Town of Webb Code, Vehicles and Traffic. The board held a public hearing early this evening. Be it enacted by the town board as follows. Purpose and authority. The town board of the Town of Webb finds the parking of trailers at any time or any vehicle overnight on Lakeview Spur, town-owned property situated east of Lakeview and extending to the boundary of tax map parcel number 041.51-3-43, creates a safety hazard and traffic hazard, and the obstruction of such town land by privately owned vehicles, trailers of any kind, presents a public safety hazard. According to the town board, enacts this amendment of the town code to prevent such obstruction and allow limited parking by vehicles except trailers pursuant to the town code and pursuant to New York Municipal Home Rule Law. Code amendment. The code of the Town of Webb is hereby amended to add a provision at the end of subsection A of section 435-15 of Article 6 of Chapter 435 that reads as follows. Section 435-15, parking prohibitions. A, year-round. Lakeview Spur, town-owned property extending from Lakeview eastward to the boundary with real property known as tax map number 041.51-3-43. Diagonal parking for vehicles except trailers is permitted as marked. No trailer attached to a vehicle or not shall be parked at this location at any time. No overnight parking for any vehicles shall be permitted. The invalidity of any clause, sentence, paragraph, or provision of this local law amendment shall not invalidate any other clause, sentence, paragraph, or part thereof. Effective date, this local amendment shall take effect upon filing in the office of the New York State Secretary of State. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Ben, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Tom, and board discussion?
No, the only, when we talked about it last, it's just year round, right?
Yes.
And then there's no like specific to canoe, kayak.
So
just-
right now, like John asked about the canoe launch, that canoe launch is temporarily moving over there while they do the dam work. They prefer to put the canoe launch on the other side. So the canoe launch is just temporary here.
Okay.
Possibly, I don't think any of that is a positive.
Yes, it is a positive.
It is.
Temporary,
Yeah.
100%.
Like when they're
Yeah.
done with the dam, you're saying.
When they're done with the dam, the canoe launch will be over
It's gonna
here.
go over there.
Not in between the dam and our building. It's gonna be on the other side, going down in front of Water's Edge.
There's already a
We
little
might
beach
put a
right there,
handicap,
right?
we
Yeah.
talked about putting a handicap deal over there,
Correct.
but
But they won't be putting one in.
they won't be putting one there.
So then this is just straight, like, kind of like most of our parking is, right? No overnight parking, no trailers, and year round, isn't it?
Right.
And we do have a main pumping station there that needs to be cleared in case there's any issues.
And the fire hydrant.
Fire hydrant.
And then if there's any other parking lots we have where overnight parking right now that on town property, what other ones are there right currently? Like there's no overnight parking down North Street, right? Are there? Yeah, no cars. There's
I
no
don't think there's any overnight
overnight
parking right
parking.
now.
On town property, no?
That's all. I just wanted to make
Yeah,
sure
no,
we're
there's no
fair
camping.
with the over. the enforcement part of it, so.
Yep. Anything else? Sorry. Roll call vote, please. Lindsay's not here.
Councilman Hannah?
Aye.
Councilman Greco?
Aye.
Councilman Ross?
Aye.
Supervisor Baker?
Aye.
4 ayes.
McCauley Mountain new season passes, weekday and weekend rates. We made a mistake last week. So Nancy's gonna read that for you guys.
My punishment. So last time we didn't do preseason, so the adults are $280, teens 13 through 19, 215. Juniors 6 through 12 is $199. That's the difference from the last time. Last time it was a little cheaper. Seniors 60 to 69, $149. The super senior 70 plus is $50. Uphill 50, cross country 50, and the family max amount is $920. The season's pass rates are adults $325, teens 13 through 19, $250, juniors 6 through 12 age, it's $149, seniors 60 to 69, $149, super senior 70 plus is $50. Again, the family max is $920. Weekday rates, adults 35, teens 13 through 19, 30, juniors 6 to 12, $25, seniors 60 to 69, 30, super seniors 70 plus is $5, college and active military is 30, that changed. Half day is 3 hours, that's a change, last time we did 4 hours, that's $20. Kids 5 and under are free. Lower Mountain, which is Playmate and Mighty Mite, is $15. Cross country is $10, the uphill is $10. The weekend and holiday rates, these are all new, that was wrong last month. Adults are 45, teens 13 through 19, $40, juniors 6 to 12, $35, seniors 60 to 69, $40, college and active military, $40, super senior 70 plus is $5, college and active military, $40, half day 3 hours, $20, kids 5 and under are free. The Lower Mountain, which is Playmate and Mighty Mite, are $15, cross country is 10, and the uphill is 10.
Thank you. Do I have a motion to adopt the what?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Do I have a motion to adopt the 25-26 ski season rate ticket prices?
I'll make a motion.
Tom, yep. Second?
I'll second it.
Tom? Board discussion?
Yes, I just had one question
Yes.
for you, Nancy. On the weekday rates, the last time we did this was $45, now it's $35. Is that?
They want the weekday cheaper than the weekends. The weekends are more expensive.
Right.
And that's what I had wrong last time. And I'll take it. I was wrong last time.
It's okay,
I'll own it.
Nancy.
We
I'll own it.
all looked at it like 5 times, so.
I'll own it.
Anything else, guys? Thank you. Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Hannah?
Aye.
Councilman Greco?
Aye.
Councilman Ross?
Aye.
Supervisor Baker?
Aye.
4
Planning
ayes.
Board appointment. A motion to appoint Roy Cooper to the Town of Webb Planning Board for a term expiring 12/31/2026. Roy will be filling the term of Brian Dornberg. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion for Roy.
Mike, and second,
I'll second.
Tom, board discussion.
Thank you, Roy.
Cool.
Yeah, thanks, Roy.
Thank you, Rory.
Good luck.
Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Hannah?
Aye.
Councilman Greco?
Aye.
Councilman Ross?
Aye.
Supervisor Baker?
Aye.
4 ayes.
Board of Assessment Review appointment. A motion to reappoint John Munyon to the Town of Webb Board of Assessment Review for a 5-year term expiring 9/30/2028. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Ben, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Mike, board discussion?
Thank you, John. He'll be busy probably this year, or no, it'll be next year.
Thank you. Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Hannah?
Aye.
Councilman Greco?
Aye.
Councilman Ross?
Aye.
Supervisor Baker?
Aye.
4 ayes.
Zoning Board of Appeals alternate appointment. A motion to appoint Andrew Getty to the Town of Webb Zoning Board of Appeals as an alternate. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Ben, second.
I'll second it.
Mike, board discussion.
Come back.
Thanks, Andy.
Thanks, Andy.
It'll be nice to talk to you again, Andy. Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Hannah?
Aye.
Councilman Greco?
Aye.
Councilman Ross?
Aye.
Supervisor Baker?
Aye. Statement of Qualifications for Engineering Services. A motion that the town of Webb advertise for statements of qualification, SOQs, from engineering firms licensed in the state of New York to provide professional services in support of planned improvements to the town's wastewater system. The town received one reply from BCA. Do I have a motion to accept the statement of qualifications from BCA?
I'll make a motion to accept it.
Mike, second.
I'll second it.
Ben, board discussion?
Yeah, this is, that's the only one, that's it.
That's it.
One that's
That's
in,
it, just one.
okay. That's it.
Kind of like the fuel bids we get, one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Hannah?
Aye.
Councilman Greco?
Alright,
Councilman Ross?
Aye.
Supervisor Baker?
Aye.
4 ayes.
Would you like to go first this evening?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
So we have a winter garbage schedule, changing, September 22nd will be on the winter, it's been posted, same as last year, winter. We still are looking for planning and zoning board members, even though we appointed 2 tonight, we always are looking for more members, so please look into that. And then last month, we adopted that speed study, I sent in all the paperwork to Herkimer County. We did the resolution, a letter, and it's a TEA 10A form. And it all has been forwarded from Herkimer County to New York State DOT. Now we wait. And in the letter, I asked them to please see if they could do the study during the busy time of the year. Don't do it in the off season.
Thank you.
But now we wait. They'll tell us when they're gonna do it.
Yeah,
That's all I
hopefully it
have.
happens soon.
Thank you. So I'll go next. I have a couple things. I had the opportunity to spend some time at the 90-miler canoe race hosted by the Northern Forest Canoe Trail. It was another great year. The weather was unbelievable. And I've really never seen so many paddlers out there. It just grows every year, and I want to thank everybody who came out to participate and the volunteers who make it possible. It's just bigger and bigger every year. I would like to give an update on the assessor's office. We recently lost our data collector, which leaves us in a gap for coverage. However, the firm KLW, who we hired to conduct the townwide revaluation, will be assisting with data collection in the meantime. This will ensure that the work continues smoothly until we move forward in hiring our new data collector. Let me see.
And they have done a lot of data collecting
They
already.
did, yes, they've done a lot of data collecting already, and KLW has also helped us in the past with data collecting. So they're familiar with everything. We did have a parking issue at the 90-miler. The guests took up the MVHS area, and there was no parking for the patients. So I didn't predict that happening. Apologies to MVHS. And we'll make sure that doesn't happen again next year. We'll rope that off for you. Governor Hochul announced today there's up to $80 million in capital funding available to nonprofits, arts and cultural organizations. I encourage the nonprofits to look into this. It seems like a good funding opportunity. Last week, we had the pleasure of hosting the town and villages of Herkimer County at our supervisors meeting. This event was very successful, and the supervisors from various towns and villages expressed their appreciation for being able to meet here. They also had the opportunity to ride our new chairlift to the top. Thank you to McCauley Mt staff for being so accommodating. It was a great way to showcase our facilities to them and provide them with a unique experience. One more thing for the future, we need to start thinking about e-bike laws. Other towns and villages already have them in place. It's becoming extremely popular. I don't know anything about e-bike laws, but I think we should start looking into it so that we're not behind the 8 ball when that happens. One more thing to talk about. We had a parking issue come up this weekend during the marathon. Since we had 2 venues going on at the same time, the parking lot, the market usually blocks the parking lot off so that their farmers can come in. The marathon guests moved some of the cones and got into their area. So it was very difficult for the market managers to have the cars moved in time for all of this to happen. It's not really a sustainable way to manage things, and it shows that we need to address maybe the trailer parking in the upper parking lot. Right now, we have snowmobile trailers that are still parked there. I know that our chief of police has reached out several times to those individuals. I don't know where he's at with that. I feel that the parking up there is being abused. And if we have parking issues like this going on, because we have 2 venues going on at the same time, why are we accommodating free parking for trailers? And then we have Robin, I felt so bad for you the other day. I'm so sorry that happened.
At 10 o'clock, I was panicking, but it all worked out with their help, and us just being there earlier than normal to make sure that the runners that were coming in were quickly moving their cars.
So something else that happened that day was Scott had to get down to the water building because the alarm was going off, and he couldn't get down there because there was no way to get down there. We have to have a way for our other people who live there and who need to get to our facility to have access. So we need to plan with Marathon Mike next year to fix that issue, because there has to be a pathway. You can't block people off and say, you can't go to your house right now. Because we have a marathon going on, there has to be some kind of a route. So we need to think about that.
For sure.
So that's what I ran into this weekend.
Okay.
All the great events going on. So anyway, we need to think about that. Mike, you're next. I'm done.
Well, if you're gonna talk about that parking, I don't disagree that that parking lot was once designed to host all of the vehicles that were going to these events, and now we have a very large portion of it that is useless, other than for the trailer parking. It was designed at one time, a long time ago, to help for people that were staying in the motels and stuff to be able to take their trailers up for the weekend or the little time that they're here, grab it and leave. Well, now, unfortunately, I can say a lot of local people just use that to keep their stuff up there for the whole summer or longer, and it's just, again,
It's
unfortunately
abused.
getting abused.
Yeah.
How we're gonna repair that, I don't know, whether you just totally stop it or what, that's up to you guys, or how we decide on that one, but there is a lot of room up there, it's just now it's only half a parking lot. And I did go down to the race this weekend, it was awesome, there was over 900 racers,
Ton of
it was a wonderful event. I was able to drive down the road, but it did get a little narrow, people were parking in some of the spots they weren't supposed to, and whatever. So, but anyways, I agree, we need to do something about the parking lot. I do have a couple other things tonight. We had a discussion on the new dam that we're doing out here, and during that time, I was kind of boisterous about the situation that it's not gonna be a huge problem, but I think we need to make aware of the fact that when they're working on that out there, the snowmobile trail is gonna have to change a little bit. And I know what people are gonna start squawking about it, but I think we have it to the point where it's gonna be fine. We talked about not just snowmobiles having to go through there, but the groomers have to go through there just about daily. And it's gonna be interesting for this year, unfortunately. But I also started thinking about this problem, and when these guys come up with their trucks and trailers that come out here to get their permits, that's gonna get a little congested out here, so we might wanna think about that also. How we're gonna deal with it, I don't know. It's just gonna be fun. So anyways, that was
Yep.
something I was talking about. I do see Steve here tonight, and Steve, I just wanna, I think I wanna, not for a large discussion, but we had to make a decision this year on the cameras that Steve, very nicely, many years ago, he had a vision, it was wonderful. Putting these cameras in town and you could see things going on, it was great. Appreciate it very much, Steve. We had to make a decision this year, sorry, Steve, but I guess where I'm going with this is I just wanna say, I did have a talk with him, and he is still have cameras up. He's still, everything is wonderful. Appreciate what you're doing. So if anybody thinks just because we made this decision that we're not gonna have this cameras going anymore, that's not true. He's very graciously doing what he is. He's putting cameras on other people's property, and it's, as far as I know, it's going well. I don't know, Steve, if you wanna comment, but.
There's 4 new ones online right now. Well, the 4th one will go online probably tonight. Now we have a view of the lakefront. That's for the whole lakefront. It's going to be a pan, tilt, and zoom. There's one looking at First Lake that moves around, and I put one at Inlet at the boat ramp, so you can see the boat ramp now, which is giving beautiful sunsets. And I have one going in probably the next week or 2 at the channel of First Lake, and I have a couple other locations I'm working on.
Thank you. Nancy Steering, I like the one at the launch up in Inlet.
Yes.
She used to go there and take pictures all the time.
Well, that'll be a good one.
That is a good one. Thank you.
And thanks for leaving the current ones up too. That's a
Appreciate
big
that.
part of it until we figure out what we're gonna do.
Where, at the special meeting, you said you were the town's buying 6 cameras, where you?
The iTech and police are doing all that. I haven't,
Well, what I'm saying is because, all right, my understanding is like the beach and the rec center will be going away because you don't want to show children and people there. So you have the covered bridge, 2 at McCauley, well 3 if you can hand tilt and zoom, and the trail. So that's only 4 cameras, so I just wondered where the other 2 were.
they're gonna decide where they go.
Okay.
Haven't had that question yet. The only other thing I had, and this is just basically for the board members to discuss. I know that, quite a long time ago now, a lot of businesses asked about signs out on the trail system. I know it's gonna get asked again. We probably need to discuss this sooner or later on where we're going with that. I'm not looking for answers or anything right now, just, I think we need to
Talk about it. Yep.
talk about it, find out what we're doing.
Is it possible to throw that towards the planning board or discuss it with them, because it is signage and it's something that they cover?
Right,
Versus us trying to deal with that.
right. Yeah, where they can go.
The problem is we'd have to figure out where we would allow them to go, you know?
Right,
We're gonna allow them on town land, but I don't think that we should be paying for the signs. If businesses want signs, they
No,
should pay
yeah,
for
no,
it, and we
I-
can give them permission on our property. And they should look at permission on state land and line pulp and paper land.
those two, I'm pretty sure state land, it won't be allowed, but.
And lime timber won't either.
But that's just for discussion and maybe to
They
keep
might,
it rolling so that we don't look like we
I think,
don't care.
Yeah,
somebody
no.
with some knowledge on some good spots. If we open up a couple of intersections here and there, something along those lines, and then the planning board the business would bring their sign to the planning board maybe, and then the planning board would say yay or nay, or, I mean, that's something I could,
Make sure they're uniform.
yeah,
Right.
something like that, or maybe we could come up with a design.
Right.
Not go crazy with signs, just if there's.
Little signs,
certain-
Is that, yeah,
whatever.
just an area with the business.
Just narrow with the business.
That's it.
You start letting them put up any sign that they
Yeah,
want.
no, we gotta
It's
put
gonna-
uniform signs that are all the same.
It
That,
might be put a number, you can only have 2, you know, I don't know, I really don't know.
Something simple.
Right,
Otherwise, it's gonna be a mess.
Just real quick, I would suggest that the board do that with the planning board. The board puts together like a resolution that the signs can be this size. We come up with a number, and then we can do that through the criteria of the planning board that way. That would be probably the best way. I don't think there is any criteria on it at all.
I think I'd also personally, I'd like to have a number of how many we allow each business, it might even be 2, I don't know, but a number so that you don't just go crazy. whatever, just for, to keep it going, that's
This
all.
is what I picture. Diora's is that way, back door's that way. That's what I picture, all these signs out there that people are going. So we gotta figure out how to not do that.
I get it, I know.
QR
I've
codes.
had argument both ways.
QR codes.
The nice mobile app's got them all on there, so people
QR
can just
codes?
download that and be like, all right, well, here's the
Maybe that's the solution, I don't know.
QR codes,
Nothing.
That's where I get the advisors to work. They
that makes more sense.
always get so flagged.
It's got to have heat shield.
What else you got?
So that's all I got. I'm done, thank you.
Tom,
I just, to go off of the data collecting thing, is there any idea what the cost is with all that? Is that something that,
the cost of what?
cost of them kind of taking that over right now or helping Tina, or are they gonna do it when? That's kind of,
Is there an extra cost to that?
yeah, like, is that something that we can find out from them, or? I got, the reason I ask is I just in talking with Tina and Dana, like, this reval thing, from what I understand, has not been too much fun. And, I know it's because.
Did you think it was gonna be?
Yeah, we haven't had, we haven't had one in so long, and I just think there's a lot going on. I just didn't know how much, they probably know how much they're getting into with taking it on. I just didn't know how much it would end up possibly costing.
Yeah, I haven't gotten a
That's all.
contract yet from them for any
So,
extra cost yet,
It
but
would
as
be
soon as I
something
do,
like that. Okay.
I'll let you know.
And then, the parking, we were talking, Nancy, you gave us a whole bunch of list of streets and all that stuff. I still have it, and I haven't had a chance to go through it yet, but, I just talked about this when I first got on the board, almost 4 years ago now. I don't know, I don't want to price people out from coming here, and I want people to feel so welcome coming here, but it seems like there's parking and there's more control with parking, and like we can maybe start working on getting a little more of that control back. There's a lot of, side streets and just stuff. There's spots that aren't lined. There's parking that we allow in places like near stop signs that we've talked about over and over again. But I don't know if it made sense to discuss possible meters and some spots, like maybe high traffic, high risk areas at least on the sides of the road and stuff. And I know we can't do anything on Route 28, right? So I don't know. It just seems like we're talking about parking a lot. And
I don't like the idea of charging people to park.
yeah.
I don't know how anybody else feels about that, but I think if you had a large parking lot like they do, like in Lake Placid, I know you pull into that parking lot. Makes sense if they had that going on, like up at North Street, you could charge for parking there. But parking on the side streets, so the lady going to get her hair done behind Judy's, she's gonna have to pay to park to get her hair done and stuff. I mean, library, pay to park, right there.
I don't think
Be
so.
certain spot, it'd be,
Yeah.
it'd be select spots and things like
I
that.
kind of like the idea where you pull into somewhere and then you have to, get your little ticket and do that.
Problem is all those parking lots in town, like, the Strand, Old Forge Hardware, back door, that's not town owned. Tony Harper's, right? That's Tony Harper's Sooner Village. That's the other big parking lot. And the school one is the schools. So we don't really have
Right.
anywhere to really do that anyway. I'm just saying, or the other scenario is, do we get some more no parking signs up? I know we want people to have a place to park, but do we start like when was the last time somebody got a parking ticket up here? People park backwards on the sides of the road.
They get more, you think?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it seems like the lakefront's been solid this year, right? There's been problems in the past, but
No, there's problems.
Yeah.
I got calls this year.
I
The cars go, yeah, that needs to be reconstructed.
just like, how do we go up just a little bit maybe we can redo the Toby Trail quick, can't we?
Vehicles
Now,
getting
we've talked
longer and
about this
longer.
quite a bit, but don't really have any solutions, so
That's what I'm.
let's get some loose solutions on paper to look at.
Right.
I mean, we talk about this a lot, the parking issues, and the hardware, in front of the
Yeah,
hardware.
the one we've always
You
talked
talked about one way that way 4 years ago,
Yeah.
I just,
so we need to get something really looked at and on paper to,
Well,
Talk about-
and should enforce too, because I think on that law that on the other side Crosby's, there's no parking there. There's vehicles parking there. That's what that law said from the 70s. You know, it'd be nice because that gets bottlenecked in
The
January.
side of the hardware.
Yeah, the side
Yep.
hardware.
Right.
You know,
Yeah, when semis can't get around the corner, they've taken the light, they've taken cars out, they've taken wires out. All kinds of stuff has happened there.
Yeah, so I mean, I know we've talked about it and I
I have a whole
I'll
folder
find
in there,
some-
parking issues.
Yeah, I'll go.
So if you guys wanna hit it, just, let's go.
Yeah, I'd be happy to go around and take a simple
Yeah.
drawing of spots, just pick a busy day and just figure out where they all are, like spots we don't have curbs, you know, like up by the Forge Motel and the fire department, that place, that's just nuts. That crosswalk is like wildly
Mm-hmm.
unsafe, you know, it crosses through 5 different, it's not like a normal crosswalk where you go there and then you go there and then you go, you know, it's like, it's just stuff like that. So I mean, yeah, I will figure out, I mean, for us to do that, all it is just designating these spots and putting some paint down and making some resolutions for no parking in other spots, right?
It's a local law, so you have to change the local law.
Yeah.
It's not as
In
easy
those,
as you think.
no, I'm not saying, well,
Yeah, we just get it on paper,
To have
change the
it on
local law.
paper, to have it.
well, that's why I haven't, you know, you said exactly, I've been talking about this for a while, but, because it's not as easy as, I'm
No,
not
right.
saying, I'm not
Yeah,
saying it's
exactly.
easy, I'm just saying
Yeah,
to do it, to execute it. It'd be a local law in every single spot or just,
One big local law.
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, okay.
it'd be nice enough to get 2 cars through places. We're supposed to do that.
Yeah.
And I know it's
hardware,
only
and all
like
that.
crazy busy days. It's not like it's
It
all
is.
year round. Like we can do stuff where it's like, hey, July and August is the only time we're really enforcing this stuff. Like I didn't, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, we can do stuff like sometimes do weekends. You know, this enforced on the weekend.
Yeah.
You know, go live in some other
could
places.
fix
You
the
got to park on the
lakefront.
different road every day.
The lakefront, we could definitely move that, unfortunately, forward, but it'd have to go forward. I don't know.
Hate to take away
10
some green
feet.
space, but
We kind of have to, because them trucks stick way out there. That makes a mess over there.
Yes, it does.
and then the with the rec center the heat there this year. Last year, because we had so many activities, this year I don't know how, I just don't know the amount that recreation has in there this year. I know where there's not karate in there.
I think she sent you, didn't she send everybody a thing? Yeah, we got a schedule.
Mm-hmm.
I think you got a schedule on your phone.
Oh, an
But the
email?
school wasn't.
Yeah, she sent it last week or something.
An update on on what's going on.
On what she's doing this winter in there specifically.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah, I'll ask her about it. But I also, I guess my question is, I just didn't know if we're leaving the heat on. You know, I know the school thing, that's all straightened out. I just didn't know if the heat was,
We're doing it the same as we did last year. You have to leave it on for the floor.
okay. That's all
Right?
my question
Yeah.
is. Yeah, because it
Yeah.
takes 48 hours to
Yeah, we'll do it
warm
the
that
same as
thing
we
up,
did
and
last year.
Well, we might be able to turn it down a little bit. If I remember going in there,
should be at 55.
yeah, and I remember talking to Alex a little bit, and he seemed to think we could turn it down a little bit to maybe 50 or something, because it gets pretty warm in there if you're not in there.
The fans have certainly helped.
Yeah.
Extra
Big
5
fans.
degrees in a building like that burns a lot of
Yeah.
propane. You know. Once the kids start running around, they're warm. So
Well, we'll know this year when
Tell
we
'em to
start
run.
budgeting for it. They've never done that yet, so.
That's all I have.
Thank you. Ben?
yeah, I don't have much other than looking forward to all the events coming up this month and the events last week, and I want to thank everyone that puts them on, because it definitely takes a community and a lot of volunteers, and yeah, I'm looking forward to going through another budget time with you guys. Meeting with all the department heads and
You're ready.
keeping your taxes low. So, and that's all I got.
Thank you. Members of Assembly, anyone have anything they'd like to say this evening? Yes, ma'am.
Robin Hill, Living ADK, just thank you very much for all the assistance from Casey and JB with the front end loader, the police for helping with patrolling the traffic for the Derby, and for the visitor center, the ladies that helped us sell all summer long. We're gonna put a nice press release, as we always do, in the paper, but just thank you for supporting us on that.
Thank you. We appreciate you.
And the dam, Josh with the dam was able to come in Sunday morning early and give us some water.
Yeah.
Good.
Otherwise,
Otherwise, there wasn't, it was trickling.
right there, yeah.
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 Oh, well.
That's awesome. Thank you. Anyone else? Well, let's go right here first. We had a lot of hands go up.
Greetings again from the fire district and the area fire departments. Well, we made it through the summer. And I'd like to thank all the other departments, highway and that have been so much of a help to us through our calls and emergencies. And we made it through the year with no major injuries. We had no vehicle accidents. So it was a good year. Bingo finished up and had a record year for attendance and is way up on income. So we did real good on bingo.
That's impressive.
And that's probably adding to your parking problem.
Yeah.
Over 200 people a night to play bingo.
Great.
Fire school starts Thursday, September 11th, and runs through September 14th. We have music on Thursday night, bands on Friday and Saturday night, parade on Saturday. Our big bucks drawing is on Sunday, and all tickets have been sold. We have classes Thursday through Saturday going on. So it's going to be a major weekend for us. We have good news on the high railer. Now, we had the high railer all lettered, or being lettered. Got a cap put on it. We had a roll-out tray. Had the cap painted. We were all set to put the running gear on, and then we were told that there was a holdup on the funding from DOT. The railroad is actually going to pay for it, Adirondack Railroad, and then they were going to be refunded by the state. But they were reluctant to get the funding to get it done until the state actually made a commitment that they were going to get refunded. We had an email, but we really didn't have a contract. So we did get an okay from DOT to the Adirondack Railroad. They will be refunded, and they have it in writing. Bids are going out to have the high railer gear put on the truck. It is in the excess of $30,000. There's 4 places in the country that put this type of gear on, and the bids are going out to those 4. So hopefully we'll be getting that high railer gear put on the next month, and hopefully we'll get it back in service. Pleased to announce that the Old Forge Fire Boat won People's Choice in the boat show. We're very proud of that. The people that went to the show chose it as the best boat on the lakefront. We're real pleased with that.
Did you guys mean to win?
Huh?
Did you try to win, or you just left it there, right?
We just let, well,
You
no,
didn't put a
we
bow on
had,
it.
we had members over there.
Put it in there, okay.
You know, we had members over there with a boot for donations
Impressive.
and showing the capabilities of the boat. And talking.
Well, they were in the parade with the Dalmatian.
Yeah, and they were in the parade, yes.
Well deserved.
Yeah, well, they had a very good time doing it. Not too long ago in the past, we had a training trailer that we hauled around to different departments. It was bought by area departments, and Walmart made a big contribution. It was an interior firefighting training trailer. And it was used, we had it up here 4 to 6 times a year. It got a lot of use. It had propane, we could put propane fires inside of it. And basically, we wore it right out. We just used it so much that it was deemed that it was no longer roadworthy, not safe to tow anymore, and it sets down around Herkimer somewhere, and it'll probably be sold as scrap. It is just not worth repairing, and so question came up: how do we train our interior firefighters? Search, rescue, recovery. So I'm pleased to announce that we have initiated our first interior firefighting training center. We bought a container and brand new. We put cargo doors on both ends, and it is located up in Big Moose, on property behind the fire station in Big Moose. Dale Haru put in stone and a pad for us to set it on, donated. We're going to build rooms inside of it. We have a smoke generator that we can fill it with basically water vapor. Or we can burn hay in the basket inside and use it for Scott Air training or air pack training. We're going to put a pitched roof on it eventually, and we will be able to go up and use our saws to do ventilation practicing and training. And we'll cut holes in the roof, and then we'll patch it and do it again. So we're doing that up in Big Moose. We thought about putting it down here and asking the board about maybe the old dump with landfill, and we started thinking about it, and they had property, we have property behind the Big Moose Fire Station, so we decided that would be the best place for us. We're putting new siding on the Eagle Bay Station, and we just did the blacktop apron in front. It was cracking and frost had pushed it up, becoming a trip hazard. So we took it all out, put material down, stone and material, and put new blacktop apron in front of the fire station. We also did the old Ford station, the pavers, the red pavers were moved around by the frost and the tops had popped off from the salt. So we took that all out and did blacktop and redid that. We've done a lot of work at all of our stations in the past 2 years. New roof on the Eagle Bay Station, new windows in Big Moose, new fire escape in Big Moose. We're trying to keep the properties in tip-top shape. We're looking at a new roof at the old Ford Station probably in the next year. Looking at a new truck for Big Moose. There's a demo coming to fire school for us to look at. We know there's going to be like a 2-year project for us to get this truck. By the time we spec it out, buy the cab and chassis, put it in a line to get it built, this is going to be 2 years. We're working on the budget, and it will be in to you on time. And it doesn't look like there's going to be much of an increase this year at all. Our insurance went up a little bit, so we'll probably raise the budget just enough to cover insurance. But other than that, there won't be a big fire protection. And that's it. That's all I got.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, James.
Very much. Anyone else? Yes.
The reassessment, are they already going through doing properties, or is it?
Yes, they've been doing it for over a year.
Oh, okay.
They've been doing the data collecting for over.
Because the reason I was asking, I did some homework on other tourist towns and stuff and properties. And where I'm going with this is, say, any street in our town, and you have 2 identical houses right next door to each other. One is a private residence, and the other one has been turned into a short-term rental. And there are some municipalities that are looking at them as 2 different pieces of property, because this one's making $30,000, $40,000 a year, and this one you got 2 people in their family working their ass off just to make the bills. So are the properties going to be looked at that way when they're being assessed? Or are they just looking at the buildings and say they're identical buildings, are worth the same?
I don't have an answer to that. That would be a KLW question. Do you guys know an answer to that or no?
Gosh.
I mean, I don't know about the rentals, but I know the businesses are looked at differently. So hopefully
Commercials.
they're looking into that as far as if they're on Airbnb and VRBO. But it's something we should ask them.
Yep.
I think what Steve's referencing are the codes that are out there that are published, that are on the town's website, that are very specific in terms of when they're looking at doing the revale, what code they're going to apply to the specific property. I think that's really the key, is getting the codes right.
Yeah.
Because it's not fair to our residents that live here, trying to live here, make a living, and they're being taxed, at the same rate as a property right next door that's the same property that's an income property making $30,000, $40,000 a year.
I hadn't seen or heard. I hadn't seen or heard that anywhere yet. That's actually really interesting. Yeah,
Question.
that's whatever towns are doing. That's pretty smart.
I'll look into that and see
Find
what
out.
their answer to that is.
Ask that question.
Yep. Anyone else? Yes.
Is it me?
Yes, go ahead.
I am so tired. I said thanks, Ben, and I'm so sorry. I don't know why. I just looped, so I wanted to say sorry. I didn't mean anything sarcastic. I just, getting weird. Getting tired. I did want to alert everybody that Mohawk Valley Gives is, Herkimer, it's a community foundation of Herkimer and Oneida County initiative that impacts a lot of our local nonprofits. I believe it's centered around September 19th. There may be additional days and it should be looked at, but you will probably get an email from somebody that you know at a good time for giving. A lot of these organizations get a match when you donate during this allotted time frame. So just take a quick peek at Mohawk Valley Gives, and it can double the money for local nonprofits during that time. The library is not one of the nonprofits. We are not doing it. So many of our friends and neighbors are, and we're doing okay on our own. We'll ask for your money at a fundraiser in December. But in the meantime, I hope that people will come and join us to eat on Tuesday, September 16th. It is voter registration day, and we'll have some kind of makeshift taco salads and Spanish rice, and the candidates will be there, hopefully, running for local office. At least some of them will. I hope all of them are, and it's just an opportunity to sit, eat, and gather as a community, and maybe get some question asked offline so that you're not on camera saying weird things like I am. Then on Thursday, October 2nd, we are gonna be celebrating Yom Kippur with a breakfast meal. It's not something I have celebrated, although we're doing our best to make it very special and important. It's sacred days around the idea of atonement, so we'll have some activities at 6, and when the sun goes down at 7:02, we're gonna eat some kugel and some traditional fare and some pierogies for those of us who just really want some pierogies, which is me. I've said pierogies 100 times. I hope you can join us then as well. And then our very popular craft nights start back up starting on Wednesdays, October 15th, and we're making some real fun and weird stuff this year. I wish I could think of any of it, but just look at the library website. Come check us out. We've got so many fun crafts, and the people who hang with us are so fun. I hope that if somebody is feeling crafty, that they'll come our way. All right, that's all I got.
Thank you.
Thanks for all you do, Linda.
Yes.
I just wanted to touch upon, you mentioned about possibly having some future discussion on e-bikes. I would ask that if that discussion is being entertained, that you also simultaneously include motorized scooters.
Mm-hmm.
They have become equally problematic in many communities. I witnessed it firsthand in New York City yesterday, saw signs that included both on them. So they're dealing with this all over the state.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it this summer as well. Also, I want to thank the town and the board for all you do to keep the trailer parking lot open on North Street. I think that's very important. I also want to apologize for some of our snowmobiler guests that have worn out their welcome with the extended parking. I was a little disappointed a few weeks back to drive through there and see that there were still snowmobile trailers there. I thought the town was very clear about having the trailers removed once the permits expired or the season closed. I'm not sure what happens. It seems to be a little bit of an possibly an enforcement issue that's going to be dealt with, but I would ask the town, please do not let a few bad apples ruin it for everyone else, and that becomes a basis. I saw 2, possibly 3 trailers. I believe I also saw boat trailers there too, so for this time of year. So there's a multitude of issues there. And I would certainly, as Mike and Ben, we've sat down before, we've more than willing to sit down with both of you again, have some follow-up discussion on how I can assist you in that regard so that the message can be put out there, made clear, as well as any issues that are going to occur here with the bridge, with the dam construction. I think it's important for the town to get out front of it and have that connection with the snowmobile community, especially out-of-town guests who aren't here frequently. They're coming here to recreate, so they understand this. It avoids confusion, and also sit down and address the issue of the signage. I've got some good ideas that I know work in other locations as well. I think we can all put our heads together and address some of these issues so they can move forward in a way that's beneficial for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, you just said something. You know, out on the snowmobile trails already, I'm sure most of you are aware, but maybe not. There are like kiosks at a lot of the intersections already. That, you know, maybe something could just be incorporated with them for the signage for, that we're not having a bunch of new signs up.
Yeah, I like the QR code thing.
Yeah, QR code right on.
That you
The
put the
QR code works as long as you have cell reception.
Right.
The challenge is always cell phone
Yeah.
reception with that.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Anyone else?
Just a quick question, I'll be fine. Can you tell me, is there anywhere in the town that there's overnight parking? I'm just wondering, thinking that there were 2 events this weekend, here, and now there's not overnight parking down below, by the lakefront in that, area. So is there overnight parking anywhere else? Cause all of those people, for instance, come in with their canoes and kayaks, and they're all gonna require overnight parking, and we were, you know.
For the 90 miler? Most of them move out during that day because they have their pit crews and they go north.
But not all the vehicles are, just so you know.
Right.
Right. So I'm just saying, and you had a race in that was a 2-day race of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
So are there any other town parking lots that are overnight parking?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
So we're hosting huge events, which is great, but I can see where this is.
We have a parking issue, no doubt.
I think it's one of those things where, you know, if it gets out of control, it's enforced. I think there's obviously been cars that have been parked overnight in places around the town, you know, and, you know, if it turns into a couple of days or something, it's reported, then it's ticketed and taken care of. So I don't know if like going around each, like the boat parking was monitored this year. I don't think that's the move with the overnight parking thing. It's just kind of saying like, hey, overnight parking, but
I mean, I can agree on
It's
the
tough
corner of
to-
South Shore.
yeah.
I've watched them stay overnight on that corner on a busy weekend with their boats attached, and I mean, it's dangerous. I mean, when you're looking for places.
I think it's something we said we're gonna,
That's
you know,
what
we
we're
said we're
trying to
looking into
address.
it, yeah.
Yep.
I'd like to see campers set up in the school parking lot.
Yes, I have too.
Mm-hmm.
Happens.
Thank you. Anyone
Explain
else?
for that one.
Where am I? Do I have a motion to pay the audit of claims?
I'll make the motion.
Ben, second?
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Do you have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I'll make a motion.
Tom? Second?
And I'll second it.
Mike? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Me.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you guys very much.